Hi everyone and welcome to my kitchen. This is Mage Engage, where I aim to introduce you, the Magento community, to you, the Magento community. Today I'm joined by Matthias. Hello, welcome.
Hi,
Thank you for joining me.
thank you for having me.
It's a real pleasure to have another European on the show. Yes,
One more.
one more, exactly. So let's just start. How about you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, well, so my name is Matthias. I am from Vienna, so I was born here and raised. And I do work for LimeSoda as a Magento developer, and I'm also doing all kind of DevOps stuff for our company.
Okay, so all the fun stuff and Magento on top.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, that's awesome. But we're not going to talk about that today. Today, I want to talk about your passion for music.
hmm Yeah.
Um, and we've had a short talk in the past about it, so I want to dive into more detail. So, how about you just start by letting us know how you got into music in the first place?
Well, yeah, so I got into music when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Hmm.
So it basically started with my grandparents because they had a very nice old piano in their bedroom.
Cool.
And so I started to play around a little bit with that. And then later on, I thought like, yeah, maybe why not start myself? So we already had a very old electric organ at home, not like the one in churches, but like this one where you can just play on it with
Hmm.
very, very old sound and simple sound. And so I started there. And luckily enough, we had a piano teacher up in our house, a very funny student. And so I started to take lessons and started playing the piano. So that's how it started.
Okay. And you still play the piano now? You've continued
I,
to?
I, I still do, so it became less frequently. I played most when I was in school, and then of course, once you begin to study, and of course, when you begin to work even more, you don't have so much time anymore.
Yes.
But I really like and enjoy to play from time to time in between.
Okay. And you have a piano at home or
I do have one, yeah.
okay, cool. Very cool.
So it's an electric one.
Hmm.
So it's like a real mechanic made from wood, everything like that. But you can just plug in the headphones and have
Hmm.
also different piano sounds and stuff like that. So you can play around with it and
Okay.
experiment. Yeah,
Cool. Good for living in a flat.
exactly. Because yeah, the neighbors are happy if I don't play at 2 a.m. at night,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
loud and yeah.
Okay, cool. And is that the only instrument you play or do you have others?
It's pretty much the only one. So I also have two guitars over there, like an acoustic one and an electric one. And I really wanted to start, and I played for a few weeks. But because I played the piano for such a long time, it's always like it's simple on the piano, and I go back to the piano and just play there. But I will for sure start again someday.
Okay, cool. Um, so what would you say is your main enjoyment with music? Is it do you play in a band or is it kind of just for you, kind of a relaxation technique?
Well, I thought about a few times about playing in a band, and I also
Hmm.
was invited. But actually, music is something very private for me, and also something very relaxing. So I just,
Cool.
especially if I have much on my mind, I just like to sit down and let my thoughts wander around while my fingers are on the piano. So it's very nice to do that actually. So it's really calming and
Hmm.
something where you also get very productive because if your hands are moving and it's pretty much like doing sports. So if you're
Hmm.
somehow moving and then you do something, then your mind starts working differently, and then you also can get the nicest ideas.
Yeah, very cool. Nice. I like the everyone kind of having their own place to go to like you put on your headphones and you're alone, it's your own world, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's awesome. Cool. And so you say you play or you played more when you were younger. How do you fit it around work at the moment?
Yeah, how do I fit it around work? So
It's tough
it's
fitting things.
yeah, it's tough, but if I want to do it, I just do it. So of course it's more in the evening and it's more in the weekends and stuff like that. But that's also the nice thing of having the electric piano because then I just can really play anytime I want. So normally in a flat you have to stop at 8, 9 p.m. or so, and this is not the problem with the piano. So yeah,
Very cool.
like that.
Nice. Um, And I have to ask anyone that's musical, how good is your sound system at home?
Yeah, that's another one of my hobbies. So of course, from making music, I also came to listening music, and as I'm always a little bit of a perfectionist, I'm also the same with music.
Okay.
So I started to build my own hi-fi system. So I didn't build speakers yet, but that also would be interesting. But I'm into hi-fi and buying nice headphones. I have like 5 or 6 headphones, and
Hmm.
also have a hi-fi system with the receiver and speakers. So it's a system where I also cannot turn up all the volume, of course, because I'm living in a flat. But I'm really paying attention to high quality in music, and I can spend hours of hours in the store around the corner or in some special stores and stuff, just comparing speakers and listening to
Hmm.
my favorite records.
Okay, cool. Um, you just mentioned just there your favorite. What kind of genre or what kind of music do you love the most to listen to?
It really depends actually on the time of the year and
Hmm.
also on my mood, because there are only a few genres which I don't really like.
Okay.
So I'm not too much into like the Austrian folk music, let's say it like
Oh,
that.
no?
No,
What?
like Schlager,
Oh, yeah.
actually.
Hmm.
So Schlager is something very special. So
Yes.
the traditional Austrian music can be okay, but the Schlager is not something for me. But besides that, I'm everywhere from, of course, classical music to blues, also rock. So in my youth, I
Hmm.
was pretty much into hard rock and metal. So in the summer, if it's nice like now, I like to listen to reggae,
Okay.
alternative rock. So it's pretty much everything, I would say. Also some kind of techno, so
Hmm.
just in between, yeah.
Okay, cool. And you said that you spend lots of time deciding on what kind of speakers or spending a lot of time in the shop and really listening to the difference in quality. Um, so does your girlfriend ever worry about the next big thing you're going to bring home that'll take up space?
Well, she might have in the beginning, but I think it got better. So
Okay.
she also started to enjoy the system, and of course, like it has to be with the systems, you have like 3 different remotes. You have to get used to it to turn this on and turn that on. But she also now enjoys it, and she's also very much into music herself. So she's singing for more than 20 years, and she also learned to play the cello and stuff like that. So she also likes music, and she accepts that I'm much into it,
Okay,
and
cool.
that we
So
have a big system in the living room, and it also takes its space. And
it's almost a shared passion, but
yeah,
you're
yeah,
the
yeah,
one that spends the money kind of thing.
I would say so. Yes.
Okay, cool. Um, Very cool. So, thank you very much for joining me and for sharing some insight into your life and with music.
Yeah. Thank you for having
Um,
me. Yeah.
it's a real pleasure. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you very much for watching. And tune in next week for another episode of Mage Engage. Bye.
Bye.